should we have a higher standard for positions that have more of an impact on people's lives?
Okay.
And I appreciate you giving this whole your attention, because I know this is not an easy question, because I'm not sure.
That's a very hard question, because I almost want to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Because there's two sides to this. Okay, so for one side, you can say yes, it should be a higher standard, because like you were mentioning earlier, physicians, they you don't want to make a mistake where it's going to end up costing them their life, and you don't want to ever be in a predicament where you could be held liable for their death. And it's and oftentimes it does end up being a crime, even though maybe you didn't intentionally try to do it. But so I think in some aspects, yes, there should be a they should be held more responsible, so to speak.
To a higher standard, maybe, yeah.
Higher standard, exactly. Whereas I think if you're just working, if you're just a manager for UPS, for example, where your job is to oversee, your workers and making sure all the packages get accounted for and delivered to the right. Like if somebody, if you misplace their package, the customer is going to get angry, they may get frustrated, and you may get held liable for the package that's lost. But at least with that case, in that circumstance, it's not the end of the world. That package probably isn't going to cost you that much compared to, let's say, a physician, with, let's say, their patient, right? But I can also make the argument that maybe everybody should be held to the same standards, where, whatever actions you do, you should be held responsible. But I see that.
I know, right?
Because I don't. Okay, personally, if I'm speaking for me, I think there should be a little bit of a higher standard, because certain professions and certain careers and jobs are more important, to the extent that if you're a paramedic, if you're a physician, you're a police officer, your job is to protect and serve. If you're an officer, if you're a paramedic, you're doing everything you can to rescue and save lives, right? But also those jobs are difficult too, because you could be doing everything you can to try to save them, and sometimes it's not enough.
Yeah.
I would have to really think about it. I would have to really, because it's not an open-ended answer where I can be like, yes, I can definitely lean one way, because I can definitely see both sides of the argument, and it's harder for me to lean any certain way. I'm just, at this point, I'm kind of just giving you the information from both sides, and then I'm trying to be impartial, if it makes any sense. I can't really lean one way or another.
It's a tough question. I'm with you right there, dude. So hey, in the comments, everybody, tell us what your thoughts are. Should there be a higher standard, and depending on the impact or the profession, and maybe that'll be a cool space. Let's just drop that bomb in the next Twitter space and just let everybody argue that out for a little bit. But catch new episodes of Mental Health Mondays every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Start your week off with a smile and some inspiration.